We just did a small talk though.
But I'm not the host. It's fine.
So you want a small talk on a small talk? That's a really small
talk. Well, the
talk.
official episode didn't start yet. None of this is going to go into the video on YouTube.
No, that's... No.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, you don't need to be so aggressive, Taylor. You need to... Remember that HR training we had last week?
What the flip?
Remember what the manager said? We got to keep it all cool.
Flip-flop,
calm.
bro.
What the flip-flop, bro? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Shloink Show, the only show where you may be smart, but you're actually not. Today, I am hosting. My name's Ryan. This is Taylor. This is Sarah. And this is Braxton. Everyone say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
Everyone was supposed to say hi when I said their names, but that works. Taylor can edit it and post. Anyway, how's everyone's day going so far?
Good.
This
It's
bright,
good.
gloomy weather is horrible.
I got my internet fixed this morning.
Was your internet bad? Did you have bad internet?
Yeah, I was paying for 600 megabyte, but I was only getting 100.
Ooh.
But now it's 600, so.
Damn, that's lame.
I know that pain. That my
Yeah, for like a year.
I have an action figure appreciation. I got Miles Morales today. Take it in.
I was there when you got it.
Take it in.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Nice.
I like it. I think he looks cool. Also, I have a funny story to tell you all. So,
Oh yes.
last weekend,
Please.
it was my grandfather's birthday. And I went over to his place. We had a barbecue. And we're just sitting there, right? We go outside. It's like me, Sonny, and my uncle, his wife, and their grandkids are all chilling out there, right? We're chatting it up. We're just talking. For lunch, we had chicken wings, right? And we're sitting there. We're eating. We're chatting. And all of a sudden, my uncle goes in, and he goes to take a bite of the chicken wing, right? And when he goes to take a bite, he was like, and he was chewing, and then he just stops. And he just stares at the chicken wing for like a solid 5 seconds. And I looked at him and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he looked at me dead in the face and just went like that. He spit something out of his mouth, looking at me directly in the face. And he spits it out. And I thought it was a bone. I thought it was a part of the chicken wing, right? And he lifts it up and he shows it to us. And he's like, "This is my fucking tooth."
Oh, God.
So,
Like half of his tooth, so his tooth split totally down the middle.
oh,
Yeah.
like his whole tooth or just half his tooth?
That doesn't
came out?
sound fun.
Like his whole tooth split in half, and one half was still in his mouth,
Oh.
and the other half came out.
Nah.
And I
That's
felt so
horrible.
awful. I was like, "That sucks." And he literally was just like, "And I was about to go to the dentist." He had
It works out then.
Yeah, see, but it was scheduled like 2 months in advance.
Is it one of those things that with I don't know anything about teeth. Okay, so this is probably gonna sound really stupid, but it's kind of like an arm. If you keep it on ice, are they able to like suture it back or glue it back? I know it's probably not gonna be as strong and it's gonna come off really easily.
I've heard.
But isn't there
some-
something
But
that
you don't have to put it on
It's
ice.
a bone.
It's a bone.
No, I know you don't
so
have to put it
you
on.
don't need ice.
Well, I know you don't have to put it on ice, but like there's a way for them
I
to like
think
glue
they just-
it back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can do it.
Okay.
Or they can just make a
Yes.
new
That
one.
would suck, though.
Yes, in
Or,
many
like,
cases, a
yeah.
knocked out tooth can be reattached by a dentist. The success rate depends on factors like condition of the tooth and how quickly you can seek treatment.
How healthy the tooth is and if the gum started already healing or not.
So it probably wouldn't
probably,
be
yeah.
like needing to put it on ice, but like making sure that in his case, probably not, since the tooth like broke in half. But if it was like a clean dislodge of the tooth and like the root was still intact and stuff, I would imagine you probably could.
Probably, more than likely.
That was my salt talk.
Anyway,
I don't have anything to chat about. My life has been very boring, except for the streaming stuff. That's been really exciting. Sarah, do you have anything that's happened this week? You have to have something. You have a crazy life.
I have an insane life. Let me just pick and choose what's actually I'm able to put on stream.
What was that?
Oh, I got my
running,
haircut.
What was that bit about running someone over?
Oh yeah, I hit my ex with a car.
What? Is this gonna
Yeah,
get you
okay,
in
what-
trouble?
No, it will not actually, because it was entirely an accident. It's not like I was going like 30 to 50 miles an hour like I wanted to be. So I was parked at like a bowling alley in Othello, because that's, you know, where I'm from, whatever. And so, because I went to pick something up. Well, as I'm backing out of my parking space, I was like, okay, I got everything that I need. I'm heading back home. I got this creme brulee from my mom because it was her birthday. I was super excited about it. I wanted her to share it. I was really excited for her to share it. So I get in my car. I put my car in reverse. And I look. Nobody's coming. So I hit the gas. And 2 seconds later, I just hear thunk. I was like, the fuck? So I throw my car in the park. Open my door. Turn around. And was like, oh shit. And so he like stares at me, and then he's like, good to see you, and then he walks away like real quick.
So were you not? So were you not hanging out with your ex? It just happened to be him.
Yes.
Wow, that's the beginning of a romance story right there.
Absolutely not.
Is it a X or the X?
The ex.
Oh,
Everyone's got the ex.
Well, for the okay,
Yeah, we
I guess
do.
I should. He's not just my regular ex. He's my ex fiance.
That's yeah.
We can stop the details right there. It's fine. Braxton, you got anything? How was your week, buddy? What's new in your life?
Terrible.
Terrible. How so?
We'll see at work. I have to like spread these granules, right? I showed Ryan,
Oh yeah, this shit
but
is.
I
so
have
fucking
to
gross.
spread granules all over people's lawns and stuff. And anyway, it's like fucking super dusty, so it just like clouds up
Mm-hmm.
all around you.
Does it
And
burn?
so, no, it's just like it's like brown dust, and it fucking stains everything. It like gets into my gloves, gets into my mouth, gets into my nose. It got into my chapstick
Ew.
because it's
Dude,
on my
even his
lip.
chapstick wasn't safe, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Hello, Dandy. Welcome, welcome.
Daddy, welcome to the show, man. Ooh.
Yeah,
Well,
I've been taking like 20,000 steps a day, so that's fun.
That's good.
yeah, when you told me that, like your first week, what was it the other day? Earlier this week, you said you took 20,000 steps in one day. My mind was actually blown. And then
It was like
you said, yeah,
25,000 that day. That day was
and then you told
stupid.
me, yeah, that day that I was struggling to get in my car, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Your hips aren't used to it. Your hips and your lower back aren't used to that much walking, and yeah. Are you used to it now? Is your body fine with it, or are you still sore?
pretty much.
Dude, the first
I'm still sore, but like I'm used to it.
that
more now.
first 2 weeks that I worked at Ranch and Home was horrible because I didn't have that was my first ever job, and I was 20. No, I wasn't 19. I was 20. And that was my first job, and I had no money to get shoes, and I hadn't gotten new shoes in over 2.5 years. So all my shoes were just old and without any soles, pretty much. And I remember going to work, and the first hour and a half it was fine, but then after that my shoes were hurting so bad that my feet were hurting so bad I couldn't even stand up. And I went to find out that it's because most of the entire store is just concrete. You know, normally they have like tiles or it's like carpeting, but no, the whole store was just concrete. And I had no soles on my shoes, and my shoes were completely flat with no arch.
Everyone
And
else
I
saw
hadn't-
the creepy devil face, right?
No.
No.
Cool.
Also because I missed it. Hi, baby turtle.
Baby Turtle says, "Howdy, boys and lady of the closet."
Lady
That's
of the closet.
right.
That's
My
Lady
title.
of the Closet. That's her name. That's her call
Ah.
sign, Lady of the Closet.
I love it.
All right.
Makes me feel important.
Well, anyway, should we go get into it, guys?
I think we should.
Is everyone
Yeah, what is this
Let's
game?
do it.
all right? So today we are playing Who is My Best Friend? Kind of a spin,
Oh, that's easy.
sort of, kind of a spin on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But there's going to be no multiple question multiple question answers. There's just going to be one answer, and it's completely up to you to how well you know me if you get it right. Now, most of these things you guys should know. Okay. There's going to be a section, a true or false section, that's going to be completely random. You guys might not know it. You guys might know it. But if you guys have been in the car with me for a long time on road trips, or you hear me talking about stories, you know I just kind of ramble about things that I've experienced in my life, right? No biggie. So if you were listening, you should know. Now, before we get started, I want to make something very clear that I know it's going to be like, well, Ryan, you're obviously Taylor's your best friend. He should know, or like he's your closest person. You're always around him. This motherfucker barely remembers my birthday. So I think everyone is in a safe spot.
Same.
And it's going to be equal. All right. Because most of these things that I'm going to say, I don't think Taylor's going to know.
Okay.
And you have to answer. I will not tell you if you were right or wrong. And we will go with Taylor, then Sarah, then Braxton. And every time on the next answer, we're going to go clockwise. So it would be Taylor, Sarah, Braxton.
In the back of the bus?
Then, no. You'll be moving around the bus. Okay, calm down.
So you're
And
not
then
going to tell
after-
us who's right until the end?
Well, yeah, you won't know. Well, no, I will tell you after the answer, after everyone gives their answer.
Oh, okay.
It'll go Taylor, Sarah, Braxton, and then the next question it'll be Sarah, Braxton, Taylor, and the next question Braxton, Taylor, Sunny, Sarah, and the next question Sarah, Braxton, and so on and so forth. So you guys are going to be spinning in a wheel. All right. So just remember your orders. Let me grab my pen.
That sounded confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
So Taylor, you go first, and then I'll go first the next round, and then Braxton will go first the next round.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay.
All right. We all ready to get started?
Yeah.
No, but yeah, let's do it.
Ryan, turn your gain
All
up
right.
a smidge. A tiny little
Turn my
baby
gain
smidge.
up a smidge. Is that good?
Yeah, good.
Alrighty. All right. Welcome to Who is My Best Friend? The first question in the first category is pretty easy. When is my birthday?
September 19th.
Taylor was supposed to go first,
Oh, fuck.
but yeah.
September 19th. I knew that. In my defense, he did ask me earlier today, and I said 18th, and he was like, "That's closer." So
That's the closest you've ever been.
I
But
would've
that's
got
the only
that point
reason you knew it.
regardless.
All right. Like I said, these are pretty easy. So if you guys don't know this, oh, Sarah, you didn't guess. What's my birthday?
September 19th.
Cool. All right. So yeah, you guys all got that one right. Congratulations. All right.
Hey, I got it right first.
Thanks, Braxton.
Bonus
You're
points.
welcome.
But bonus points if you can guess the year I was born. You get one guess.
Oh, you're. God, you're getting up there.
Taylor,
now, huh?
5, 4, 3, 2,
97.
1.
98.
Sarah?
Oh, wait.
1998.
Taylor was right. It was 97. Taylor has 2 points. Sarah and Braxton have 1. Alrighty, next question.
Damn, Unc. Okay.
What is my favorite sport?
Oh no! Oh no, Luis, leave! No,
Luis, leave. We're in the middle of a podcast.
you're ruining it. Oh
What?
What the fuck just happened? Okay.
no!
Next question. What is my favorite sport?
So Sarah, you
Mike.
go first this time.
Sarah.
Okay.
Hockey.
Braxton?
Hockey.
Taylor?
Shuffleboard? No, hockey. Just kidding.
All right. Next question. Braxton, you're first. How many relatives do I have?
2. Siblings?
The close family member.
Sorry. Yeah, siblings, not relatives.
2.
2.
Taylor?
And I got a funny story about that. I didn't know that for a long ass time. I thought that you were.
Can you wait till Sarah guests?
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Sarah?
You have 2.
Okay. Thank you, Taylor, for giving her the answer.
I
I feel like we gotta,
thought.
like,
I don't know how many you have.
My
I'm
bad.
about to start raging.
My bad. You right though. You right though. But I thought for a long time that you were an only child.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met your younger brother, I was shocked. And then what happened? I like looked at one of your family pictures. It's like, who's this other guy? And you're like, oh yeah, that's my older brother. And I was like, huh? What?
Oh yeah,
At that point,
Yeah,
I
the
had
picture-
known you for at least a year or two. And
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came, if I remember right, you came over just to hang out, and you came into the living room, and I was like, all right, hold on, let me grab something from my room. Went to my room, and you were just looking at the pictures on the wall, and you go, who are these two other guys in the picture? And I was like, those are my brothers. And you turned to me and you're like, you have brothers? I'm like, yeah, I'm not an only child like you. I have siblings. I also have parents. But anyway, that's a different story. Okay.
Was that like a fucking roast or
yeah,
something?
back
So
into
slightly.
David's
That's also
over the chat.
I kind of, I don't know. It's my way of getting back at Taylor.
I'm
with
not
all
a
the shit
bitch
that he
like
pulls
you.
on
I
me.
have fucking parents.
I have a loving, caring father and a freaking mother that actually cares.
Is this just how to get into Ryan? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Ryan's bank account and tax information stream. We'll get to that. I'm sure that's the last question.
You know what?
Yeah, what is your
It is
Social
possible.
What's your SSN again?
Oh, my SSN is 1234589. All right, Taylor, you're going first on this
That
question.
checked out.
How many bones have I broken? Bonus points to whoever guessed the bone that I did break. And if you need a hint, I will give you guys a hint on this one.
Multiple?
3, and I know that you broke one of them from hockey. For sure.
Okay. Sarah.
I'm gonna say 1.
One.
And you broke your femur.
Fuck. Did you say
I don't know
femur or
if you'd be walking
finger?
right now.
Femur, yes, your femur.
Femur.
Sorry, I'll get
Right.
out of this in just a second.
Okay. Braxton.
Let's see, 2, and my guess is either finger or collarbone or both.
Foot. You broke your foot. I didn't kick a guess. Or something in your leg.
Okay. So I'm gonna give it you said 3 bones? I broke 3 bones? Okay. I only broke 2 bones, and they were both my
Oh.
knuckles, but I had a boxer fracture
Oh,
that was considered broken. Or no, it wasn't considered broken. It was just a boxer fracture. And Braxton, I gave you a point because I technically did break my finger because it broke on right on my ring finger, and then it
Wait, Braxton
shattered
did
up
say
here.
2.
Braxton, yeah, I gave him a point though, but he just said my finger, so he didn't get the actual question right, but he got the
Oh.
bonus point right because he did
Okay.
guess where it was.
what? I got the question right. I guess 2.
No. Braxton got the question right. He guessed 2.
Oh, you guessed
Taylor
2.
guessed
Oh,
3.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. You get 3 points.
Oh
My bad.
yeah, put me in the Hall of Fame. I'm ready for it.
You are Braxton and Taylor are both tied. Sarah, you are falling behind with 3. Braxton, Taylor, you have 6.
Are you surprised?
Okay.
Maybe more Skittles will help with that brain waves.
You know what? You're
Uh,
right. You're right. Now there's Skittles on the line.
Now this one, I don't know if Sarah's gonna know this, but I'm fuck. If Taylor and Braxton, if you guys don't know this, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Sarah, you're first. Who is my favorite music artist?
21 Pilots.
Okay, Braxton.
The guy on your wall behind you.
No, what's his name? Nope, that doesn't count.
XXX.
Okay, Taylor.
XXX Tentacion. Yeah, I
Correct.
just wanted. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you, but when you said 21 Pilots, I was like, it was the polar opposite of 21 Pilots.
I think that's the only thing that we normally listen to. So
I was thinking about. I guess I should have reworded that. What is my? Well, no, it is my favorite artist. 21 Pilots is 2 artists though. They're not 1. So.
oh, fair. Okay.
But they are. I will say they are one of my, if not my top 3 favorite bands. Very.
Oh, then that was a shock
All right.
to me.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right, this one is gonna be a little bit more difficult. These ones, Sarah, you could You could catch up. I don't know, but Taylor, you have 7. Braxton, you have 7, and Sarah, you are still have 3.
Yeah.
All right. First question. And this is going to be higher difficulty. When did I start playing hockey?
Who goes first? This is Braxton right now, right?
It is Braxton first.
Like
yes.
what age or what year?
What age?
I'm gonna
I'll
say.
I'll give you bonus points if you say the correct year.
I'm gonna say. Let's see.
Is this playing professionally
Please.
or just playing in general?
Playing just in general.
Okay.
I've never played professionally.
I'll say you were 11 in 2008.
Okay. Taylor?
You were 10 years old.
When I started playing hockey.
2008.
Okay,
That
Sarah?
didn't make sense,
Okay.
but I'm going with
I'm trying to
it.
figure out if this is going to count. But I think I vaguely remember 3 months old, so it would have been 1997.
Okay.
Did you not tell me that story?
3 months.
Are you talking about that? Does that count?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
All right.
Ryan started playing at 3 months old? Was that the answer?
Okay. no,
Organized
no.
hockey. 3 months.
She said, hold on, let me
It's
think
a
about
fucking
this.
toddler on the
3
ice.
months old, 1997.
I'm gonna give her the point just because she's behind. But no, it was. You were kind of right.
What did you give her
first,
the point for?
Listen. The first time I first started skating was BP. Basically, you just learn how to skate, you learn how to move around in your skates, you learn how to handle a puck, you learn how to handle a stick, and it's just for fun, right? It's goof, nothing competitive. I was 3.5 to 4 years old when I started playing hockey. I was 4 days old when I got put in front of a hockey
Dang
net.
it. That's what it was.
Oh.
But
Okay,
you
but
were technically right, and I feel bad that you're this far behind because
when
No, do not give me pity points.
All right, I won't give you pity points then. You're fine.
Thank
can
you.
suffer.
didn't so when did you start playing like organized hockey with like teams? That's what
When I was 5 or 6 years old, because that's
Damn.
the youngest that you can play
I knew it was
organized
early.
hockey. Because I didn't. The last year I played hockey was.
Oh,
when I
hold
was
up.
18.
I'll be right back, you guys.
So
Okay.
I played for about 15 years or 14 years, but I played organized hockey for about 12 years.
Wait, how are you? You're at home. Did you fix your PC?
Yeah, no, I have my laptop.
Oh,
No.
I was gonna say you got a new graphics.
Oh
card?
yeah.
Good
By the
stuff?
way, did you ever test the graphics
No.
card? No.
Not at all.
You were going like, no, I haven't. I haven't tested it once yet.
You know, truthfully, I don't think we ever really talk about hockey. You and I really don't talk about hockey very often. Maybe it's because it's just not something I'm super interested in. But
I know there was times in the past where when we first started getting into we started hanging out, I tried talking about hockey and
Wait, okay,
you
I'll
just
be right back
had
too.
this
Hold
face of, bro, I could give 2 shits. I don't understand hockey and I do not care.
really, was it that bad? Did I show that much disinterest?
That's why I just never talked about hockey around you until pretty much recently.
I like
This
watching
past,
you
like,
play.
6
I like watching you do it. It makes me.
You've watched me one time, and that was just a drop in.
Well, I
did.
want to watch
Hopefully-
you more. It's just their hours are fucking awful.
Hopefully this summer you will be able to.
Yeah.
But
Well, you know, and I like watching you play. For 2 reasons. One, because it's just fun to watch. But 2, I enjoy seeing that you're enjoying something.
it's like a father figure. It's like a father. I'm just
no,
like
I
I'm
think
happy.
this is just a good friend.
He's just having fun. He's having a great time, and I'm happy that he's having a good time. Right? Because we have to. You enjoy yourself. I go to a movie theater with you,
Okay,
and
I'm
I
back.
look over
What?
at you, and I'm like,
Whoa.
he's enjoying himself. So I like that he's having fun.
Yeah, see? You get the feeling.
I do. Even though it's completely different, but yeah, I get it.
No, it's not. What do you mean? It's the same thing.
Sarah, you good? No, she was back a second
Well,
ago.
we're waiting.
Now
We're
she's
waiting
gone.
for Ryan.
Braxton.
to
Hang on, my mic disconnected.
Okay.
No, all good.
Lock
all
in,
good.
gang. Take your pills. We're remote viewing the Ark of the Covenant.
Ooh.
Okay.
That should be a podcast episode for some day. It's like outrageous things that we may believe or we may not believe. Weird takes.
We should talk about that dude who had rad. Oh shit! What's it called? What's the
Radiation poisoning.
Yeah, the radiation medicine that everyone was taking back in the day.
Who left?
Sarah.
Oh, it's Sarah. She has access to it. She can just join. Yeah, who was the guy? Didn't he? The rad pills. Was it during the Cold War, like the 50s, when they were experimenting with it?
We're good. Sorry.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Where
Most
had,
definitely.
Radioactive water.
Yep.
Like on purpose or on
Yeah,
accident?
no, it was like
No
medicine.
purpose.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Taylor,
Huh?
everyone's back.
Hold on. Wait.
What's the question?
What? I need to know what it's called.
This is
Radathor. Radathor. That's what it was called. Radathor. Remember when everyone was taking Radathor? Remember that?
I don't remember that.
It's just straight
at
up
all.
radioactive water. This guy took it so much that his jaw fell off.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh, that was like the late 1800s, early 1900s,
Yeah.
before they actually knew the studies of the effects of radioactive water.
Yeah, and this
Yeah,
dude
he
thought
thought-
it was like medicine, and he took like
It helped.
a whole bunch.
Well, no, because in a way, it technically was, because I know he had a problem with something, and whenever he took the radioactive medicine, it did help with it, but he didn't know that it was deteriorating his entire body because there was no studies about it. And then, yeah, he woke up one morning and he went to like yawn or open his mouth, and his bottom jaw just fell off.
Yeah.
He was like, ah.
See, but
great.
everyone like, I'm not trying to derail your episode, but like it was crazy. Everyone was taking it like it was medicine, and if you look back on it, it was in everything. It was normal. It was like a product, and I'm just like, that's so crazy.
the
That we had
same-
no
So
idea.
Same stuff.
That's good. That's gonna
No.
be a thing now, that in like 100 years we're gonna look back at this, or society's gonna look back at this point in time in 2025, between 2000 and 2025, and the things that we're doing. They're gonna look back and be like, why were they doing that? They're so
And I
stupid that
guarantee
was so
it's
unhealthy.
It's gonna be Ozempic.
Ozempic,
Ozempic.
cancer,
Red 40.
veggie
Red
burgers.
40. Mhm.
All these
Red
vapes that I
40.
keep buying.
Yeah, bro, you're contributing to the
vapes.
problem.
Yes.
Wait until
All
Red
right,
40 got
Sarah-
your liver changing colors.
Oh fuck! Wait, hold on. I need water. Hold on. Give me a sec.
Come on, guys. Come on. This is unprofessional.
Why does this always happen in
Ready
my
whenever.
episode?
I'm just
Every
doing
single time
things.
it's my
I'm
fucking
so
episode, people
sorry.
have to get up and move.
It's too much, man. Your episode's too much.
No. But I don't think it's going to be 100 years. I think in like 30 years, so in our later years in life, I think we're going to find things that there's research that's going to come out, and we're going to find out that, oh, wow, we were all doing that and we all thought it was super healthy. Like, it could be as simple as drinking water from fountains, or going swimming in a public pool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Any examples, Taylor?
Oh, I'm reading the comments. Fox said grandpa with lead, dad with asbestos, me with microplastics. And then Louise said Ozempic yummers, lizard venom. Mm-hmm.
Isn't Ozempic
It's gonna be
Almost like a-
Adderall for people with ADHD, 100%.
It's almost
bet.
a guarantee to
Adderall
get
is
cancer if you
awful.
take Ozempic?
Yeah.
Is it
Adderall
really?
sucks.
It's like literally venom.
Yep.
I'm pretty
That
sure
is-
that was the thing. Like, you're literally drinking or injecting poison. That's what
Yep.
That's
Ozempic
gross.
is.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
All
man,
right, are we all here?
commercial singing about it. Yep.
Okay, I think we're all back.
All right, next question.
No, it's
What are
not.
all the sports I have played?
Is it
And
me?
let me clarify. It is Sarah first. Let me clarify. When I say all the sports I played, I mean in a organized club or amateur league. So like when I played hockey, I played on an amateur league. Right? I'm not talking about you went to the park and played basketball with your friends. You were at school recess playing soccer. No, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about organized, competitive teams. You had a coach and everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's first?
I'll go first.
Sarah's first. And
Obviously hockey.
Here's where you could catch up. I'm gonna give a point for every sport that you get right. Actually, no, because then
Okay.
you can just say all the sports. So you just have to get all the sports right.
No, I'm gonna say hockey, baseball, basketball, and track.
Okay. You got Braxton.
Yeah.
I almost
I'm
said
gonna
what
Hmm.
you're gonna do.
say.
Six.
I'm gonna say hockey. I'm gonna say track. Either track or cross country.
Country.
Yeah. Track / cross country. I'm gonna say I don't think you would play baseball. I'm gonna say lacrosse. I could see you playing
Ooh.
lacrosse or like
Okay.
rugby or something, but I'm gonna say lacrosse.
Bro, I get rugby are different types of athletes, dude. They are scary. Taylor.
Hockey, baseball, shit, what's it called? Where you throw the frisbees into the disc golf.
Frisbee golf.
Disc
Fris-
golf.
Yeah, disc
Frisbee
golf.
golf or disc golf?
What
Disc
are the
golf?
same thing? I think. Whatever that is.
Or I'm sorry, I'm thinking of ultimate frisbee. Ultimate frisbee or disc golf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soccer and did I say football
Oh,
already?
fuck, yeah, I should have said soccer.
Did I say
no, you
football?
did not.
The football.
Okay. So the sports that I played was hockey, baseball, and soccer.
Oh,
I played
fuck.
soccer for 2 years. I played baseball for 4 years from when I was 10 to, or no, when I was 9 to 13. And then obviously I played hockey for about 14 years.
Didn't you do disc golf?
No, I've never done disc golf. I really want to. But no, I did ultimate frisbee, but that was more of just like a pickup thing that I got invited to.
I'm thinking of
And
Tyler.
I did that over the summer.
I'm thinking of Tyler.
Did Tyler, dude? Was
Yeah,
that a thing when
He
we were?
loves disc golf.
Oh. Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I think he brought a disc golf with us when we went somewhere one time, and he's actually really good at throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's really
He's
good.
really good at it. Fucker can run too. You wouldn't think so. He can.
He's a bigger guy, but he is fast as fuck.
He's super fast.
All right. Braxton, you are first on this question. How many times have I been pulled over? Bonus points
Oh.
if you guess how many tickets I've gotten.
Do
I'm
you
gonna
even
say-
know how many times
oh.
you got pulled over?
I do.
Well, see, you didn't start driving until after I met you, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Have you even? I'm gonna say 2. Twice.
2 times?
And you got a ticket once.
Okay. I'm gonna go over Sarah and I'm gonna skip Taylor real quick. I'm gonna come back to Taylor.
I know you've never gotten a ticket,
Okay.
I know Taylor.
and I
has.
want to say you've been pulled over 5 times, but I also don't feel like it's that much. But I'm still gonna stick with 5 because that's what my gut says.
I wouldn't be surprised with the way he drives.
Five. I don't drive that crazy.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't. How? What makes me crazy to drive then? What make?
Like when
After-
you're
you know what,
going
after-
through the apartment complex at like
Like-
30 miles an hour.
Oh, well, like 15 or 10 or 15
Like
miles
30.
an hour. Taylor, you go. Your turn.
You've gotten pulled over at least 5 or 6 times, and you've only gotten, and you haven't gotten a single ticket, not one, and it pisses me off. You get pulled over all the time, and you always get let off the hook.
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, so I have been pulled over 6 times, and
Holy
I've never gotten a ticket.
Never got a
Oh
ticket.
my-
This fucking
No.
guy
I
gets
tried
out
to
of
do you
tickets.
justice with saying 2.
One of the
I tried
what's
to give
really
you-
funny is 3 of the times I got pulled over for an act like a legitimate reason, like either speeding or I was doing something wrong, or I took a turn too sharp. One of the times that I got pulled over was kind of
Bullshit.
stupid. It was bullshit, and it was also
I remember.
a car parked where it wasn't supposed to be parked, and I almost hit it. And then second, I got pulled over while I was delivering pizzas. I was in the middle of a pizza delivery, and a sheriff got behind me. I was on the highway. Sheriff got behind me. I was like, oh, fuck, he's going to pull me over. He goes into the other lane. I'm like, oh, cool. He's not going to pull me over. And then he comes back into my lane and then immediately flips his lights on. I'm like, shit. So he pulls me over, comes up to the window, and he's like, hey, do you know why I pulled you over? Looks down, sees all the pizzas I have there. And he goes, listen, I pulled you over because your tabs are expired, but are you in the middle of a delivery? I'm like, yes, sir, I am. He's like, all right, cool. I'm going to let you go with just a warning, but just so you know, your tabs are expired. And I was like, all right, I'll get that fixed tomorrow. He's like, all right,
Fuck,
you have a
my
good day.
tabs
And he
are
just let me
expired.
go. But I got really lucky. And
Well,
that was
there's
a
few times.
state patrol too.
There was a few times where you've gotten pulled over for legitimate reasons, where you're actually just driving like a jack jingle, and they're still like, I'll let you go. Oh, man.
Taylor's gotten pulled over. Taylor's gotten a ticket for half the times he's gotten pulled over. And he's gotten pulled over maybe not even a handful
I
of times.
have only been
You
let
know
off
what
the hook
my
twice.
success rate is?
Huh?
0. I said, you know
You've
what
been-
my success rate is? I've been pulled over once and I've gotten 1 ticket.
What was the ticket?
Well, twice, but the second time I was the passenger. It was for speeding.
Oh.
He was trying to say I was going 14 over, but I was only going like 10.
One of the ones that I was in the back roads and I was going 55 and a 45, and I didn't realize that the signs. It's really weird in the back roads that there's a part where for like 400 feet, or no, not 400 feet, for like half a mile, it goes from 55 to 45, and then 45 for half a mile, and it goes back to 55. And I didn't know that it did that, and I got pulled over because, well, I was going 10 over. And he's like, yeah, you were going 10 over on the speed limit. And I was like, it's 55. And he's like, no, it's 45 back there. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. All right. So next question. Actually, that's the last one. Now we move on. This is the one I've been excited for. This is the last section of the game. This is called True or False. All you guys have to say, do you think it's true or false? And some of these things, you guys might actually be surprised. You might not know this about me. So you're going to learn something new. But to rally off the points real quick, Taylor, you have 10 points. Sarah, you have 6. And Braxton, you have 7. Taylor is in the lead right now.
Damn.
So let's see how good you guys can do. Now, this one, you guys can just answer to yourself. We're not going to go in order. You guys just answer whenever. All right? True or false? I've been punched in the face.
True.
True.
You have a
It's not
very
true.
punchable.
That's not true.
Wait, does
and thank
slapping
you.
not count? Does it have to be punched?
Punching, not slapping.
Okay, never
No.
mind.
Well, I was
Yeah.
just thinking, it wouldn't shock me if one of your brothers would have punched you in the face.
Yeah.
I've never been punched. in
Damn,
the
you got
face.
like a easy.
But you
Yeah,
can come
you got
over.
it
We can
easy.
change that real quick if you want.
I have Braxton's telling me I got a punchable
Statement.
face. Taylor's wanting to punch me, and Sarah's like, well, we might break him in now.
Well, you just said you never been punched, so
Hey, no, that's my thing.
Yeah, I know. Next question:
feel it.
true or false? I was once a special guest at a ball.
True.
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 That is correct.
That's,
I actually
I can
was.
see you doing that.
Ooh, what ball?
It
What do you
was-
mean
Wait, special guest.
Yeah. What do you
It was like
Special
I was
guest.
one of the people that. So it was a fundraiser for Seattle Children's Hospital, and they invited some of the kids that lived in the area, or some of the people that lived in the area that had really good stories that they were sharing. And I was growing up, I was at Seattle Hospital a lot, probably over 40 trips in my childhood, and they wanted me to come out and basically just talk or introduce myself and share my experiences with Seattle Children's Hospital. And the whole point was for them to be selling art pieces and special things to be able to raise money for the Seattle Children's Hospital. So yeah, that was a really cool thing, that experience, and it was very cool. But formal events like that make me very uncomfortable for whatever reason.
I agree.
Same.
All right, next
Did
question.
we all get that right?
Yeah, we all said true.
Did Sarah say true?
You all
Yeah.
said true. Yeah, you all got that right. This one kind of. I mean, yeah. I've gotten into a fight.
True.
Physical altercation.
False.
I'm gonna say false, but I think
It
it's
is
true.
False.
Damn,
I've never
Ah,
been into a
hey,
fight.
I should have gone with my gut.
You're just the reason why I'm saying true is because you're like, you're not an aggressive person, but like, I feel like under the right circumstances, you're totally willing to get into a fight with someone.
Hmm. I never had confidence growing up. That was why I never got into fights, and I was always so scrawny and small that I was like, it's better if I just turn the other
You're
cheek and
also-
walk
you're
away.
So feisty.
I can be when I get riled up. Yeah, Taylor knows that.
Oh shit! Thank you for telling
Um,
me. I'll send you one that's not expired. I didn't know they expired.
What?
Don't worry.
Discord
about it.
links.
What did you send someone?
I'm trying to
A Discord link in the
invite
chat.
people to Discord, but I
Oh,
forgot.
gotcha. All right. Can you still listen while you do that?
Yeah, I'm listening.
No.
Okay. Next question. I was coached by a professional athlete.
True.
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 That is true. It was a goalie by the name of Olaf Kolzig, who used to play for the Americans and went into the NHL and made a career in the NHL. And he came back. He had a house here and came back into town. And whenever he was in town, he always volunteered his time to go coach some of the kids in the junior league. And me and my teammate were one of the people that he was able to coach. So I got coached.
What was
by
his
that class.
points?
What was his points?
His average points per game.
Well, he was a goaltender.
Oh, fair.
I think it's
Never mind. Don't answer that question.
His save percentage was like 80, 8 something.
Nice.
It wasn't horrible. It was pretty good. Next one is I have sent someone to the hospital.
True.
True.
I'm gonna go false. But okay, hang on. Before I submit my answer, does this mean in any sense, like you accidentally gave somebody food poisoning and that sent them to the hospital? You've had to drive
Retarded.
somebody to the hospital.
Retarded.
Were you the reason that they had to go to the hospital?
I was the reason they went to the hospital.
Oh, false.
It is actually true.
Ah.
In Canada, we were in a tournament and I hit a kid so hard I broke his collarbone and I broke his shoulder at the same time and gave him a concussion, and they had to wheel him off the ice. And the shitty part was that was his second game back from a concussion and a broken arm.
Oh,
So
so
you
aggressive,
immediately-
Ryan.
It was, yeah, I felt bad, but
Can I tell a really embarrassing story real quick?
absolutely.
You
I love your stories.
That you saying you sent someone to the hospital remind me of a time I sent someone to the hospital, except I did it 110% on purpose because I'm stupid. And I did. So you know how sometimes I'm very impulse driven for no fucking
Sometimes?
reason sometimes, all the time, right?
Huh?
Thank you.
But when I was a kid, it was way worse, right? Like when I was a kid, it was a problem. And
That's no way.
I would like to apologize in advance for everybody listening to this. I am not like this, and I still feel awful about it too today.
Oh.
I still feel super guilty. And it just, when you said that, it just made me think about it, right? There was this kid. We were actually like friends. Like we weren't like best buddies, but we were like a little bit more than acquaintances, right? And we were just like, it just got to a point to where this dude, like we were starting to get comfortable with each other. He was like actually inviting me over. I had went to his house and we were almost friends until I did this thing. I don't remember what transpired. I don't know. I feel like it was something that, so like we would push each other, right? sometimes just for fun, just to be funny, just being stupid boys, right? Keep in mind, this was also elementary school. And he rides his bike to and from school. And he got on his bike and he was getting ready to leave. And for some reason in my brain, not a single thought went through my head besides push him right now. And he was on his bike going down a hill and he was getting ready to leave. And we weren't even talking. He was just minding his own fucking business. And I ran up to him and I pushed him. And I pushed him off his bike and he hit his head directly on the cement. And he didn't like fuck up. He didn't like fuck himself up or whatever. I didn't fuck him up, right? But when you get a cut on your forehead, you bleed a lot from your forehead, right? And it was so bad that he started gushing blood out of his forehead. And and I felt so guilty and I had no idea what to do. And I just left. I literally just pushed him and then left. He's just like bleeding profusely out of his head.
He opened his eyes. He got up and he opened his eyes. And he's like, "What the fuck was that? What was that?"
So here's the worst part too, is that no one knew I was the one who did it.
Oh Lord! Taylor has almost gotten away with murder.
For like a while until I felt so bad that I told him. But when I told him, he had been gone from school for like 2 or 3 days. He came back and he had stitches in his fucking forehead. He has a scar on his forehead to this very day, I'm pretty sure, from me.
So did the friendship continue?
No. After I told him, I was like, I did that and I'm so sorry. Never talk to me again. This guy never even looked at me in the eye again. And I don't blame him.
You tried to kill him. I wouldn't either.
You did.
It was just pure impulse. And
Oh, that's a lie. You tried to kill Ryan all the time. He's usually your friend.
I mean, that's
You did the right thing to tell him when he came back. But it also makes sense this was elementary school, you said? You said you didn't have a lot of friends middle school. You said you didn't have a lot of friends in middle school. And I think the word got out that, yeah, he's don't turn your back on him.
Well, see, I didn't have a lot of friends in elementary school. I actually had a lot of friends in middle school, but then none of them stuck around.
Oh, that's right.
And then through high school, then I didn't have any friends again.
I didn't really have
So you
friends up
peaked
until-
in middle school.
I peaked in middle school. Like eighth grade to freshman year, peak. Everything else after that, not so much. So yeah, that was my story.
Braxton, you have any stories like that you'd like to share?
Attempted murder? No. All of mine have been successful.
It wasn't that bad.
Dude, you would have been charged with manslaughter if he had actually died or had an aneurysm. You
In
would
his
gone to
defense, in his defense, I got
he was an
karma.
asshole.
No, in his defense, not my defense. In his defense, I did get karma because like a month or two after that, I tripped and fell in that same place, and I whacked the back of my head on the pavement, and I started bleeding off the back of my head. So the universe got me back for it, at least a little bit.
Interesting. What was the question again? Was it
I don't know.
sent someone
Did you send somebody to the hospital?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. All right. Next question. True or false? I played oh my god. I played 1v1 against a Harlem Globetrotter.
True.
False.
Braxton?
True.
It is true.
Damn, I'm fucking sucking at these.
I played 1-on-1 against a Harlem Globetrotter in 5th grade. Yeah, 5th grade. Which was really cool. And he gave me his sweat wristband that he was wearing, and then he gave me a signed autograph. I have it somewhere in my room.
Put it every night. Under your pillow. On your pillow.
Not under my pillow, but I put it somewhere every night. All right, the next. I was hoping it would make me tall like him. Tall. Never mind. All right, next question. I have been arrested.
True.
False.
False.
Nah, I know that.
That is false.
No.
No, I've been detained. I've never been arrested. I have been detained.
There is a difference. There is a genuine difference.
I can't.
Arrested means I committed a law, or I broke a law.
No, not
Detained.
necessarily.
No?
That
No.
means you weren't
I
So a
taking
lot of
can't-
the times, like,
Sorry, go on. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, I know for a fact that, like, so for example, if they pull you over for DUI, and you tell them you won't do the field sobriety test and you won't do the breathalyzer test, even if you're completely sober, they do have the right to arrest you, not just detain you, arrest you.
Which I find is really stupid, especially when you're
Or
not
at
even
least, yeah,
drunk.
take you to the station and take your blood. Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
no,
That-
they arrest you and then they apply for a search warrant for your blood, and then they're like, hey, now we gotta check you out.
Well, I can't give the context to this, but in my definition of being arrested, I think you fall under that category. But
I've been in the back of a cop car quite a few times, but I've never been arrested. Never been. I guess I've been detained. Maybe no. Yeah, I've been detained.
I'll take the L, but I disagree with it.
In the constitutional law of the United States, you are wrong, but oh well, I'm right. The next question is, I've been knocked out.
True.
True, definitely.
What?
That is not true.
My
I
life's
swear
a
you
lie.
told me
I
you
don't
got
know
knocked out.
you.
Really?
Who are you? I don't
I've
know
never,
you.
I've never
Yeah,
been knocked out.
I swear you've told me you've been knocked out before.
Okay. That's fair though, because
Like a
being knocked
blackout.
out and just passing out are two different things.
Right. Knocked out is like
a
something.
blackout, right?
Yeah, like someone like physical trauma, physical force made you black out.
Oh yeah,
You-
he's
you
never
did-
been punched in the face. We all should have known this one.
But I've never been punched
Well,
in
I
the
thought
face,
from
but I could have been
hockey.
clobbered in the fucking skull by a 2x4. That's
Wait.
still a possibility.
Oh, well, I guess you said knocked out, not pass out. I guess that's different.
Yeah, that's where I got confused.
Mm.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say something. I lost it.
Uh,
Anyway,
Sierra Tay said, "Give context, Ryan."
who said that?
Sierra.
Sierra Tay. Yeah, Sierra.
Sarah,
I
to
just read the whole
give
thing.
context about what?
Oh,
Just in general, all of us like assuming shit.
I guess okay. I that was my fault. I should have been more specific and let you guys know. I've never been forcefully knocked out.
There you go.
Some blunt force. I've never been knocked out by blunt force.
That's
I did almost. I'm pretty positive. I was never confirmed, but I'm pretty positive I've gotten a concussion at some point. But I've never went to the doctor to confirm that. But that's a different story. Now, this one's going to be kind of interesting. You guys are going to learn this about me. I was a medical mystery when I was a child.
Yeah, true.
True.
Definitely
True.
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 All
I think I knew this one.
That is.
It was the water,
There is-
the dehydration. Never sweat.
It was a lot of things.
That was the one that I know.
I didn't sweat until I was at least 12 years old. I didn't have sweat glands. I didn't have sweat glands, and I was administered into the hospital numerous times. This is when I was going to the Seattle Children's Hospital all the time for
Didn't have
dehydration.
sweat glands? Is that what you said?
Yeah, my body didn't, for whatever reason, didn't develop sweat glands, so I
You
didn't
still not
sweat
have
until I
sweat
was.
Probably
glands?
why you sweat so much now. Now that I'm
Possibly.
thinking about it, this
Well,
dude
it-
All
just
that extra water.
Did they just fucking inject you?
Well, he also chugs water. Like, I mean, chugs.
with?
I drank a lot
glands.
of water. My whole life, I've always drank a lot of water. That even
You still drink a lot of
okay,
water.
Sierra. I went to school with her. She even knows this. I used to always have water with me in my backpack in high school.
She said
Even
you're still
with
a
me-
medical mystery.
I fucking that's
Ryan's a
fair
fucking
enough to say.
walking enigma to everyone. Not just medicine. Everyone.
I would go to the hospital with abdominal pain probably on a bi-weekly basis for about a year and a half, and they were trying to figure out why I was hurting so much, and they found out I was dehydrated, and they asked my mom, does he drink water? He doesn't drink enough water. And they're like, all he drinks is water. The second they put fluids in me, they put an IV in me, I was perfectly fine. So for whatever reason, when I was drinking water as a kid, it would just go right through me, and it wouldn't do the proper things of going to the parts of my body, going to my brain, going to my heart, going to my liver, whatever it is. It wouldn't do those things. It would literally just go into my stomach and then just out, which is weird, and I don't know why that happened.
But now it doesn't do that. Now
No,
the water
everything works
for
very
you?
fine. But I think that's also another reason why I drink water so much is I'm constantly thirsty. I'm always dehydrated. It's dehydrated, quote unquote, not actually. I have cut myself on an eggshell. True or false?
Everyone's
True.
cut themselves on an eggshell.
True.
Has everyone cut themselves on an eggshell?
I have.
No,
No?
I haven't.
You know what?
You're missing out, Sarah. You're missing out.
No,
gonna
I'm
say
not.
false. I'm gonna say false.
False?
It's
Yeah.
too
Oh, I already marked
specific.
I already marked everyone down. You guys all got it right.
It was,
Oh,
it was
okay.
too specific to me.
I'll take it.
I should have. Oh man, I should have.
Okay, chat. I didn't need everyone's opinion. I mean, not opinion, answer. I said everyone's been cut
What is-
with an
what is
eggshell.
everyone- is everyone
Everyone's
answering
like,
now?
No, not me. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm weird.
Oh man, we should do a podcast
think I
episode that
have
we
you.
have chat answer questions.
Let me rephrase.
That would be kind of cool.
I would like
I
to
need to have like a baking
rephrase.
episode. Just bake.
I'd like to
really cook.
rephrase my answer.
Hmm.
It is likely that you can cut yourself on an eggshell. So I deduced that that might be a normal thing. But I was
Taylor at
incorrect.
first, like, oh yeah, no, I've done it before. Taylor, that's the only research you do.
Yeah, pretty much.
God bless you.
It is. It's true. Sometimes it's a problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, next
Thank
question.
you very much.
I have fallen out of a moving car.
True.
True. That's something you would do. I could see that.
I have like a vague recollection of a memory of you maybe saying something kind of like that, but I can't remember. Ah, shit. True.
Everyone said true.
Yeah.
It is false. I've never fallen out, but I did almost fall out of a moving car. My dad was taking the turn, the corner of our street right next to our house, and I opened the door for whatever
That's what I
God
was
knows what
thinking.
reason, and I almost flew out. But I held onto the door with all the strength I had on my arms, which was barely anything, and survived.
I mean,
But
you
yeah, he was. If I
already
if I had
said
fallen
moving
out, I
car.
would have crashed onto the ground and immediately face planted into the curb where the street and the curb meet, and the curb's like
remember-
that thick.
So you would have had a dent in your skull.
curb
It's fine.
stomped yourself.
Yeah, I would have physically curb stomped myself somehow, which would have been very impressive. All right, so here is the standings right now, and I'm kind of scared.
Make it come back.
Taylor, you are at 20 points. Sarah and Braxton both have 19, and we have one more question
Oh.
left.
So it could be a three-way tie.
It could be a three-way tie, and I'll have to think
Taylor
of
has to
some
get it wrong,
question.
Braxton. You and I, we got this.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We gotta lock in here. Say the same thing.
Lock
Oh,
in,
man,
lock
it's
and
gonna be
loaded.
awful if I get this wrong. Shit.
Intense music starts playing.
He's never gonna talk to me
Now
again.
think about all the questions I have asked you, right? And tell me if this is
That was a
true
lot
or
of
false.
questions.
I tried stopping a thief running outside a
True.
store.
True.
I know
It is
exactly which
true.
store too.
the one.
Castle.
Taylor, you're officially Ryan's best friend.
And I will share this story because I think
Ah.
this is a great way to end the show. I once went to a adult store with my ex, and we were leaving.
Which one?
As I left, shut up. As I left, these two people came walking in right after us, right? And we got to our car. They parked 2 spaces over to our left. As I was about to get back into the car to drive away, they come running out with 3 stripper poles and throw them into their car. And the lady got into the driver's seat and the man got into the passenger seat. And for whatever reason, I jumped out of my car, ran to their car 2 spaces over, jumped on the steering wheel, pulled the lady's steering wheel with the door open, and she wouldn't leave. The boyfriend hopped out, sprinted across an empty lot over towards Applebee's. And then the girlfriend or the girl was telling me to get out of the car, we're not going to hurt anybody. And I got out of the car and she peeled off, hit the curb, almost hit my car, peeled off and escaped. And I looked over and I just see the dude who hopped into the passenger seat running, yelling, "A fucking crazy white dude," and kept running in the middle of the dark. So yeah, I stopped two people stealing stripper poles from an adult store.
see, you remember what we were talking about earlier about the gorilla stance? You should have just when you went and you jumped into the car, you should have been like,
I should have jumped on the hood of the car.
No. They freaked out not because you hopped in the car. It's the fact that you still had a whole bag of dildos in your hand while you were doing it.
Dude, it was I never will ever, I don't think I'll ever get the vision of that dude's face at him, because they were both because this was right after COVID, so people were still wearing masks and taking advantage of everyone wearing masks. The lady was actually pretty calm the whole thing. The boyfriend or the dude was freaking out, and I think in their eyes I just manifested in their car because he looked over at me and his eyes were so wide that he like grabbed the hood of the car, looked at me, looked at this girl, looked at me, and then just ran out because he didn't know what to do.
Because I'm telling you, if everyone listening, if you're ever in a dangerous situation, do the unexpected thing. I guarantee you'll live throughout the situation. Like those people,
run at them.
Like those guys who try to like start fights with other people, and when they like score up and they're like, "I'm gonna beat your ass," they start taking off their clothes and they're wearing like a thong. And then the guy that goes to try to fight them just turn around and immediately walk away. It's like stuff like that.
Make them more uncomfortable than the situation you're in. You will win every time.
Yeah.
That's how Taylor's gonna resolve it.
That's how I handle all my problems.
Taylor, I'm sorry to inform you this, but we're gonna have to lay you off. What? No, you can't.
Aggressively starts taking off clothes. This is absurd. I can't believe it.
It was a scam all along. You lied to me. Fuck. All right. For the score, it is Taylor 21, Sarah and Braxton at 20. You guys.
Okay, but did Taylor know the store?
The store where this happened?
Yeah.
Yes, Castle.
Dadgummit.
It's in the chat.
It is also in
It's
the
like-
chat, but I knew
it's
that
like-
before she said it.
There's only one store. No, I think there's
There's
No,
3
there's
stores
yours,
in
there's
Tri-Cities.
Tight Cities. Yeah, is there?
Sarah had that answer locked in, ready to go.
I shouldn't know this, but I know there are 3 stores in Tri-Cities.
I really thought there was only one. I thought it was just Castle.
The white
Nope.
couple was actually Taylor
The
and Sunny.
Zoomies
That's how
stuff.
they
If
met
you go to
each
the bag
other.
of Zoomies.
Yep, check out.
That's
This
I'm
is how
gonna
he
say
knows the story.
the first time I ever went to an adult store like that, it was it's definitely a culture shock. Not a culture shock, but just what some people are into. It's very
So
eye-opening, and the
uncomfortable.
sizes of certain
Dildos?
products. I'm trying not to have us get in trouble. The size of certain products were
You can say it.
astonishing.
You can say
The
it.
size of the
I think
big
it's more,
black.
I think it's more funny not saying that.
You just
you
can't
kind
show
of
it.
letting people's imaginations run. You know. I
Do
saw one that
do
was
you guys
like
want to hear
half-
the first time I went into Spencer's, or not Spencer's, into Castle?
Wait, yeah, Spencer.
He got robbed. You had somebody steal your stripper poles.
No, I was just gonna say it just made me uncomfortable.
I thought your eyes looked familiar. Oh, the first time the first thing that
Opposite.
the
track,
first
I guess.
thing. What happened to you the first time you went to Castle?
I don't even remember why I went in there. It was at a time where I had a lot of friends, and everyone was going in there, and they were like, "It's normal, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's just a thing. You're an adult, it's fine. Go into Castle, get yourself something, right?" And I was alone that day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna see what all the hoopla's about. Okay, I walk in there. And it was like, I don't know, like you know in movies where you walk in, like the main character walks into a room and then their eyes like light up and then it just like cuts to all the things in the room.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. I like walked in and I saw it. I saw like a mannequin with a giant dick on it, and then I saw Moby Huge up there on the wall. It was like a 22-inch thick dick. And I was seeing all that, and I was like, this is too much. I can't. This is too much. And then all these women are in there working in the store, because it's probably be weird if there's guys. I don't know. They all look at me.
No, there's men that work there.
Oh, well, I didn't see the men. It was mainly women when I went at that particular time, but that made me even more uncomfortable. And then when I walked in, because I was like the only person there, they all just started swooping to me to like ask me if I need help with anything. And it was like 3 chicks walk up to me and they're like, "Can I help you with anything?" And I'm looking around and I've said, I just came to look at the condoms." And then I turned around and I just walked out. Never went in there again.
Stay for what he wanted.
Taylor, you should have looked at him and be like, this isn't the candy shop. This is my uncle said this was the candy shop.
My mom thought Castle was a restaurant.
There was.
Oh God.
She thought it was a White Castle.
I thought that too.
And so she was like, "Hey, there's a White Castle in Tri-Cities. We should go to it sometime." I said, "Mom, there's not a White Castle in Tri-Cities." She goes, "Well, there's that one that's right across, that's right by that Dutch Bros." I was like, "Mom, that's not a White Castle."
It's not a White
She's
Castle.
like, "It's called Castle, yes?" I was like, "Yeah, no, it is." She goes, "Well, what is it?" And I was like, "You don't want to know." She's like, "How do you know what it is?" You don't want to know.
If it was my mom, I would have totally led with her having that belief of it being a White Castle. I'd be like, "Dude, you want to go get some pretzels?"
You should come over, walk in, have her see everything, and be like, "Are you still hungry? That 8-inch pretzel over there looks really good." But there is
A little sugar than I like it, but I'll still take it.
Growing up, I was always asked my mom every single year about getting a new costume. And there was one year that we could not find a costume, right? I was trying to be Spider-Man. We could not find a costume. And we drove by Castle, and I looked at my mom, I'm like, "Mom, look, there's advertising for costumes. We could go there and get some." And my mom was like, "We'll check that out later, okay? Maybe next year." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then years later, I asked her about that, and she when I finally learned what Castle actually was, she's like, "I restrained myself from laughing so hard and to not just take you in there or to show you." And I was like, "Why would you do that?" And she's like, "Because it would have been funny."
And
because you thought you were in there for
They do require you to have ID, though.
Yeah, and I never would have asked again. Yeah. And a lot of good memories at Castle. I think we all have good experiences at Castle. I will say though, when you go into a place, an adult store like that, when you go to an adult store like that by yourself and not with a significant other or a partner, it's very uncomfortable and it's very unpleasant. But it's definitely something you have to go there with whoever the reasoning why you were there.
It's just men.
Probably is just.
Because the second women walk into the store, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, no, we know what she's here for," especially if she's by herself.
I guess there's a bit of a different stigma, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
For men, it's like a mystery box. You walk in there, you have an idea why you're in there, but you don't know truly what you're gonna get. Women, it's like, I know exactly why I'm gonna get.
Sierra is just in the chat spilling her guts about her Castle experience right now.
You have a Castle experience? She has Castle experience?
Oh man.
Oh brother.
What
is she saying anyway?
Y'all remember when Unis Honest did an episode of them making breakfast with sex toys?
Yes.
Ooh, no. I don't remember that. Ooh, that is.
Yeah, you got to do the outro before Sierra and Sarah start getting crazy in the chat.
That's
why you can't eat at everyone's
Hey,
house.
I'm being PG.
For now.
Is that the episode where Mark the mailman came up to the house and he
the
saw
mailman
Mark?
and Ethan had a choker. Oh no, Mark had a choker in his mouth, and Ethan had a dildo mixer. Yeah. And the mailman walked in and saw that.
I never saw that episode, but I've seen that clip. Exactly. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's the episode for today. I hope you really enjoyed this episode of the Shloink Show. My name's Ryan.
Oh, you want me to do it?
This is yeah.
Oh, I hope
Yeah.
you guys all enjoyed this episode of the Shloink Show. I hope you guys learned yourselves a little something, something. Hope you guys learned about Ryan's immunity to getting tickets and getting punched in the face. And I hope you guys really loved hearing about Ryan's sex toy robbery spree. He stopped.
I wasn't stealing anything. What do you mean?
I said you stopped. Robbery spree, you stopped. Please.
Hero stories.
Please share the stream if you guys liked what you watched. Please follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And
I wonder if
tune
they
in
put
again
used
tomorrow.
ones on the shelf, so if people come in and steal them,
Ew.
they're getting it used.
Hmm.
They're getting like STDs and shit. Little
Hmm.
sex toy
Little
backwash.
gotcha.
Yeah, that's why everything's in like plastic wrap and in legit boxes.
Can I go home now?
No,
No.
you have to suffer with all of us this time.
Sorry, we'll bring you
Okay.
an 8-inch Skittle later.
Oh, I'll take it.
I'm going to do the outro, but we're going to stick around a little bit
Thanks,
longer
sir.
to chat with all of you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Boom! And it's all over!